Yeah, I'm part of the Asia Indigenous Peoples Movement. So we take up issues like cultural diversity, ecological diversity, and conservation. So I've been involved in COP7 from, yeah, that's how I'm here. Yeah.
Mr. Lanu, tell us about the greatest biodiversity threat in your region.
See, Nagaland is part of the 12th mega biodiversity region in the world, and we happen to be also one of the 25 hotspots in the whole of the world. So in this part of the region, we see that in spite of the rich biological diversity, there are a lot of developmental activities taking place. So in these developmental induced activities, it often goes against the environmental conservation, deforestation. So we try to take up issue how do we adopt with the environmental process, but basically ego-based environmental issue we try to propagate.
So, while working with the indigenous groups, give us some specific examples of activities that you've taken up, and also the associated positive impacts that have emerged.
Yes, as part of the indigenous movement, we have traditional knowledge which is so rich. We do understand the environmental language if we follow and if we take up the environmental values, traditional values, ethos and customs, definitely we can do a lot of conservational process. But we realize that we are sandwiched between the modern scientific education and then on the other hand that traditional norms, educations. So we try to conserve the traditional norms, ethos and values, thereby adopting to modern developmental activities. So we try to work in between how to adjust the traditionalism with the modern development and education.
Um, when we talk about a state like Nagaland and development activities taking place there, and keeping in mind the kind of efforts an organization like yours is putting in, I want to understand where is the government featuring, what is the extent of cooperation from the government, or is it something like um, government versus you know um, community based efforts? What is your experience been so far?
Yeah, often we realize that government take up their own policy without really considering the traditional knowledge, norms, and customs. So we try to also push in our agenda that the people should not be left behind when doing the developmental activities. That is how we try to propagate people's voice into the government policies.